sometimes it's hard to say things the right way when you're trying to say it to a camera. But when you're talking to a person in a conversation, it's easier because the feedback triggers more responses and more words. So why I'm saying that is because I'm trying to explain the situation that I had with the driving my truck in the snow last week when it was marble road and I slid off and my truck tipped and landed on the side. Well, I wasn't at fault. I mean, I was driving, yes, but the only fault I had was working. So what I want to point out is that, like I said before, nothing against like the police or the government. The only thing I disagree with is that they are doing things unknowingly. Let's say how many of the littlest things out there that people get in trouble for, little speeding tickets and where you park and these little tiny ridiculous rules, millions and millions, probably billions of dollars every year that they make off these little citations, which cost $25 and $85 for an administrative fee and shit. Like, what is it, $75 ink you're printing that on? Like, we've got to stop allowing this. And when people say, oh, well, that's just how it is, like, I'm not joking. Like, people need someone to lead them away from being controlled by other people. They're just adults. Supposedly adults. They're just other people. And I'm not trying to put them down or say let's fight them, because guess what? What gives them the power? They have guns, and they have people with guns. Isn't that sad that we're ruled by people who smile in our faces? Yeah. Try to tell us what we want to hear, but most of us have seen through the crap so long that you can't tell us crap anymore. You can't feed somebody crap when they're not having what you're offering. You know, so therefore now they're at the point where if people don't listen, they tell you to stay inside your homes because people weren't listening, so they came up with an idea. I'm not going to go too much into that because other people will be like, no, there's this study and this study, and guess what? Other people with brains and that make mistakes and that think about what's going on and analyze the facts that they heard come up with other ideas. It's just ideas in your heads, everybody. So instead of letting people tell us what to do, you've got to start living your own life out of kindness, out of love, out of compassion, and it will be right. If you start not doing the wrong things, then everything will be right. Whether the government says so or not. Whether the sheriff says so or not. Because how many times have you seen rude, unhappy, disgruntled officers? You know, in fact, any that I've seen in public have this facade that they got to be a tough guy. I think if you're serving the public, you ought to talk to the public and be part of the public too. You're no better. In fact, we pay you. So get your heads out of your asses and start doing a good job, please. Even the petty stuff, even the little things, fining people for getting in an accident in a horrible storm. What kind of douchebag does that? I mean, he might be a great guy, but that's a douchebag move. I mean, I've made douchebag moves before, so that shouldn't offend anybody. If anybody gets offended by being called a douchebag or saying they made a douchebag move and they were wrong, then so be it. They can't handle making a mistake or being wrong. But this officer was wrong, and I'm going to keep saying it, and I'm not going to pay the stupid little fine because I'm not just going to roll over and let people walk on me anymore. Is anybody else at that level? Is anybody else ready to start making a stand? Hello! I love you guys. Let's do this. And when I say I love you guys, I'm including the people who are doing the wrong things and who are accusing people of things that they didn't do. And even the ones holding us down, even the ones killing all kinds of people. Those kind of people just need to be understood first, and then they need to try to understand others. But how do we do that? We work together. We be patient. We try. That's all I can say. Until next time, peace.